Good afternoon. Today we'll be going over DNA fingerprinting analysis, and that's prompt 2. So the background of this story, there was a party and a TV was damaged at the party, and the goal of the DNA fingerprinting analysis is to figure out who punched the TV. And we can tell that because the fingerprints were left from the punch on the TV and the attempt to try to fix the TV. So we have multiple fingerprints to analyze. So the suspects for this crime are Jake and Eric, and they're biologically related, and Matt and Brad, who are also biologically related. So for locus 1, we can see that the top wells are just where the DNA is implanted, and DNA is negatively charged, so it's for DNA electrophoresis, it's going to go from the negative charge to a positive charge, and everything where the red circles are appearing is where the fragment is shared within the location. So Jake, Matt, and Brad all share the same location as the sample. And for the second location of the sample, Eric, Jake, and Brad all share the same location. So we can tell that Eric and Jake are related because they share one of the fragment locations, which makes sense because Eric's other one would come from his mother, and it would be the same thing for Matt and Brad. And there was also a witness at this crime, but it would make sense that the DNA is not shared because they just witnessed it. So for locus 2, the same thing. The DNA is negatively charged, so it's going to go from the negative to positive direction. The DNA wells are at the top, and then everything in the red circles is what's shared within that fragment location. So for the top sample, or the sample in the top location, it would be Eric, Matt, and Brad. And then for the second location, it would be Eric, Jake, and Brad. So we can see when comparing the locus 1 and 2 next to each other that where the sample is located, the only person who meets both of those fragment locations for both locus is Brad. So you can see with them getting bigger, they're just emphasizing that Brad is the most likely suspect, because even though in locus 1 Jake shares both of them, he doesn't share both of the same fragment locations in locus 2, so he's not the most likely suspect. So in this case, it would be Brad is our most likely suspect. Here are my citations.